Hello, welcome to Allen Baptist Church Daily Bible Study. We're looking at characters in the Bible in an alphabetical order, and we're at the letter K now. The first one we looked at yesterday was King Agrippa the first. Today, King Agrippa the second. You find him mentioned in Acts chapters 25 through 26. That is Friday, if you were with us in that Bible study, we talked about his father, King Agrippa the first. Agrippa the second was born in either 27, 28 AD, somewhere in that. And his father, of course, was King Agrippa the first. His original name was Marcus Julius Agrippa. And he will turn out to be the seventh and last king in the Herodian dynasty, starting with Herod the Great. He was only 17 when his father died, and he was in Rome, and like his father before him, he was hobnobbing in Rome with all the powerful people. But when his father died, Emperor Claudius didn't think he was ready to just take over, so what was King Agrippa the first, as we mentioned on Friday, turned out to be more territory than Herod the Great had, he turned it into a province, and we're familiar with that. That's the state of affairs in latter part of biblical time there in the New Testament. But Agrippa, was Jewish, and he was a voice supporting the Jewish people in Rome when he was there. But when his uncle Herod the second of Chalcis died in 48 A.D., Agrippa was given the territory that which included the temple and the high priest, sort of being over that as well. And a few years later, his uncles passed away. He got more territory added on. But eventually, he made his capital at Caesarea Philippi, and he built it up greatly. Well, he's mentioned in Acts 25 through 26, and it's because while Paul was in prison there at Caesarea on the coast, not Caesarea Philippi, but Caesarea on the Mediterranean coast, while Paul was in prison there, Agrippa II here, along with his sister Bernice, visited Caesarea, and they had an opportunity to have an interview, as it were, with Paul. And Paul just took the opportunity, as he always did, to preach the gospel. And he did so in front of King Agrippa and his sister, and knowing that they had Jewish roots and they would understand the Old Testament. I want to read a portion of this in Acts 26, starting with verse 24. While Paul was saying this in his defense, Festus said in a loud voice, "Paul, you are out of your mind. Your great learning is driving you mad." But Paul said, "I'm not out of my mind, most excellent Festus, but I utter words of sober truth. For the king," he's referring to King Agrippa II, "for the king knows about these matters, and I speak to him also with confidence, since I am persuaded that none of these things escape his notice, for this has not been done in a corner. King Agrippa, do you believe the prophets? I know that you do." Agrippa replied to Paul, "In a short time you will persuade me to become a Christian?" And Paul said, "I would wish to God that whether in a short or long time, not only you, but also all who hear me this day might become such as I am, except for these chains." Agrippa, as the King James Version translated, saying, you almost persuade me. In this very short amount of time, you're persuading me to become a Christian. But then he didn't. And as the old hymn says, almost persuaded, but lost. I hope that's not your situation today. I hope that when the Holy Spirit of God speaks to your heart to persuade you to turn your heart and life to Jesus, that you won't say those sad words that you were almost persuaded, but that you will be fully persuaded of the truth of the gospel today. God bless you.